What is up, my friends? Welcome. I hope that you all are doing safe and staying positive during these times and doing all that you can to just stay as safe as you can. And I like to always start off the videos like that because I think it's important for every one of us to remember we're all on this together. Anyways, pop culture today has a lot of stuff, and I'm going to get to as much of it as I can by today, so expect about 3 or 4 more videos after this one. But let's talk about music is something I've always said I specifically put on Anchor. You can go check that out. I talk about some other stuff that's not even here on the channel, but I also post my channel videos over there because if you want it on the go, you can get it on the go over there. So I always like to save like big videos for music and maybe one video a week for music, and today is some big news with 6ix9ine leading the fucking Instagram live record and YouTube breaking down because of him. And that's because he has come back after about a year and a half, I would say, of him being gone, and we're finally getting some new music from him. So before I get into any of this, I just want to say we all know what's going on with 6ix9ine. If you're not familiar, basically he had a lot of internet beef, and then internet beef became real beef, and he got caught up with a lot of stuff on him. A lot of, I would say it was a RICO case, and then he went to jail, and he basically gave information on the people he was with, and that caused a lot of drama with him and all of that. And so many people were calling him a snitch and a rat, and they hated him. There was a lot of memes about him being done. I know you've seen 1 or 2 memes floating around there because it was everywhere. And then he finally was able to be released because of everything going on with the pandemic, and then as well as for probably the information he gave. And now he's out, and it caused a lot of controversy because of that. Many people were saying they weren't going to listen to him. So it was a very interesting time, to say the least, about what was going to happen once he was released. And I don't think many people expected him to be released so early as he was. But alas, he has been released, and he had been teasing a return. Now, we didn't know if that return was going to be just him giving out some statements, new music, a new album probably, or just hopping on live, and it turns out it's everything. It's him talking about the situation briefly. He did go on live, I'll get to that in a bit. Then he did release also a new single called Guba, which is already like broken YouTube. It's stuck at like 400,000 views, but apparently it's in the millions by now. And then he went on live and broke a record there with 2 million live viewers at a time. To put that to perspective, Bad Bunny had been leading that with 353,000 views at a time, and 6ix9ine just went to 2 million like nothing. So there's a lot of things going on there with that, as we see that the sort of welcoming is sort of astronomical. Whether it's a welcoming or people are just curious to see what's going to happen and this might die down as time progresses, we can only wait and see until he releases more music, if that is the case, or goes on live for more than a week or 2, and then we would really know what the true numbers are. Because I do agree that many people were anticipating his return and excited for it, but I also happen to believe that a lot of people were just curious to see what was going to be said and might not even be fans of him or continue to listen to him after. So that was that. Then this new single release called Guba, and he released some merchandise and everything for it. So those sales, how this track charts and everything, will also be indicative to see where that goes. And I honestly think that this is going to land on TikTok pretty soon. I already talked about TikTok and its effect on the music industry so far with the whole Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce, and Say So and Nicki Minaj with Doja Cat, and how that's sort of affecting numbers and where that's going to lead into the future of music. So I think at this moment in time, once we see Guba hop onto the TikTok world, it should definitely give us a clear or like picture of what's going on. Because as I said in my Anchor where I talked about TikTok, and I'll make another video pretty soon going more in depth about it, I think that is a very big missed opportunity for a lot of artists today. And Drake has shown that many mainstream artists will start to hop on, as where we're seeing older songs and more indie-ish type artists more on TikTok. We'll start to see a lot more mainstream pretty soon. So Guba dropped. It's about 2 minutes and a half, and it is more of 6ix9ine clowning on everybody who thought he was going to be out, and just a very, very catchy beat and a lot of energy from him, as he always does deliver on his music in the past as well. His live was pretty much almost the same as Guba, I would say, but a little bit more of an explanation of why he did what he did, how he feels about it, and an apology to his fans and his friends for everything that's happened so far, and him proclaiming that he's pretty much going to be the king of New York and king of everything at this point, and that nobody can pretty much compete with him unless they're at a certain level. So the responses from the artists will definitely be interesting today. The biggest one definitely was from Meek Mill, who went on to say that he hopes that he will apologize on his live for being a rat and all of this. And 6ix9ine is back to the trolling by saying that Meek Mill needs to go ahead and worry about his newborn. So not much has changed, and it looks like not much is going to change. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what is going to happen in the future once all of this comes out, and what numbers exactly is he going to be putting up there, because at this point it looks like he came back bigger than ever before. And I'm just wondering if that's the case, because he has this sort of hype and notoriety behind him, because it's a lot of people that do enjoy his music and are loving this right now, but it's also, I think, a lot of people that are just curious to see what is going to be the fallout of all of this and everybody that gets involved with it. So expect a lot of artists to be using 6ix9ine right now as a sort of catapult, because that's what it is. And anybody who talks about 6ix9ine, including themselves, myself included, know that it's definitely a hot topic right now. So yeah, like I said, we definitely are going to be having an album coming up. If you've already seen what he said on Instagram, he has bundles for the merchandise he's done for Guba that says it comes with an album download. So it's going to be interesting also if that album will have any features. As you know, many people did say that they were not going to be working with him and not coming back to be like associated with him at all. So it's going to be interesting to see, because we know he's carrying a bunch of like all eyes on him at this point. So whether you hop on with him or not, you definitely will have those eyes on you, and I'm curious to see exactly what the reception will be from everybody. So I think what's next for him definitely is releasing more music and an album at a point, and just seeing where those numbers go. And I'm just going to be watching, because it's a very interesting case of what goes on in social media. Does it translate back into real life and business and all of that? Because over time we've seen that maybe social media was at a point something pretty strong, and if people had strong beliefs on there, it would carry on to real life. But we're seeing that sometimes it just doesn't matter what some people think, and the reality is people might not have the same values as you do, and they just move on from things. So very curious to know what happens with that. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this whole situation with 6ix9ine. Were you ever a fan of him? Did you ever just watch him just to see what he was up to? Or are you just somebody who doesn't care about him and you just want to hear exactly what's going on because it's interesting? So let me know your thoughts about that as well. And if you've listened to the track already, Guba, as well, let me know what your thoughts were on that. And are you going to be keeping an eye on what happens next? Because I think it's pretty interesting, especially with Meek Mill. You can expect a lot of other people in the industry to start to talk about exactly their thoughts on all of this. And if 6ix9ine responds or not, it would definitely add more to that name buildup he's trying to do again. And we've seen he's successful with it. He has already broken the Instagram live record, as I said. And I'm just curious. I want to see what happens next. But anyways, let me know your thoughts about that and everything that's gone down in the music industry with 6ix9ine's return, what that will mean, if producers are going to be working with him again, or artists as well, and would you like to see that or not? Or do you think he got too much of like no slack at all? Let me know below. Anyways, I will be doing some more music stuff on here once a week, but if you want the full, like me talking about singles and all of that and albums that came out as well, go over to my Anchor. We'll be talking about the new singles from Justin Bieber, the new album from Kalani, Lil Durk, all of that. That's only going to be on Anchor. Here, it's just once a week, a big music video. But over there, it's all the time. So go over onto my Anchor if you want to listen to that podcast. I also do audio format of all the videos on here. So if you don't catch one, you want to catch it on the go, you can definitely go over there. But we got some videos coming up today on Boba Fett, as well as Nova getting a series. And I also have some of the creepypastas coming up as well. Today we'll have the Russian sleep experiment. I know I've been holding on for that one for a while now. And this weekend we'll have another one as well that got recommended. So if you want to know which one that is, make sure you're following me, subscribe, notifications on, all that good stuff. And I'll see all of you next time. And don't forget to subscribe. So, as always, stay safe and stay positive.